Hello and welcome, Cosmic Quantum Travelers. How are you doing? I'm so sorry. It's so late. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. No time. Sorry, I'm living that. I once had a funny story, actually, just on that time thing. When I used to go to school, and I lived literally 5 minutes from school, and I still managed to go too late. And one day they rang in my doorbell. The religious teacher, actually, which I really liked, because they were going for coffee for the day, like not for the day, for the hour. Hi, Bea, who is there? So sorry, okay, it's a lifelong issue. And especially the energies are so freaking high. I mean, what is happening? I mean, I know kind of what's happening. I will share. I have written a post. Flashity, flash. The supernova of the heart event is upon us, as I said. So being grounded is definitely a good idea, as much as we can. Calling all of ourselves back to us, all of our soul pieces, soul fragments, multidimensional selves, soul aspects, fully merged, unified as one. One heart, mind, higher heart, mind, soul, body, logos. And it's basically done, as we have said before. And literally the lower 3 dimensions today have fully collapsed. And are kind of been rolled over, because there's been this whole new harmonic universe that has been created, and kind of everything is rolling up by 3 layers, so to say. So we're done. The flesh is closed, whatever we want to say or feel or think that is. Ultimately, I believe we are making or helping making that happen through being the love that we want to see in the world, and being the change we want to see in the world, which doesn't just mean love, light, unicorns, rainbows, and butterflies, although we do them too, a lot of that. But it also means we have to really stand in our power and now cut through any remaining bullshit in our realities and override them with the frequency we hold of our embodiment. And that's not fighting or resisting or running away or being in fear of anything, because resistance, fighting, angry, that's also fear. So, and that's what the false matrix is based upon. But the good news is, as long as we feel it all as it arises and we transmute it into a higher consciousness and perspective, all the monsters disappear, which is what's happening. So all that's what I see is now is remaining, so to say, is the 4D astral layer and the, remaining entities on the kind of lower levels. And that's very much connected to our heart center, very much connected to Giza, very much connected to, yes, the Orion belt and the masculine as well. And also, interestingly, we have the full moon and Mars occultation, I think is the correct word, tonight, which is very much connected with these fiery masculine energies we can feel. And it's basically the moon will move in front of Mars, and we can see Mars in the sky if we have clear skies or enough of them. And I very much feel it's like the masculine is rising, the feminine is rising. It's one, okay? We are one. The masculine and feminine are one now. We shouldn't even be speaking anymore, so to say, of masculine and feminine, because it's literally one, okay? We have merged them. The forerunners are holding this in their template, what I call the Christ Saphira, which is kind of a new androgynous blueprint of the Christ, basically Christ consciousness embodied, where masculine, feminine, and the divine child, and which is the divine child, is literally the birthing of the new androgynous blueprint. So we still have masculine and feminine on Earth in different bodies, but they really have merged and unified those energies and polarities within, which is what, because a lot of the twin flames counterparts, divine counterparts, twin rays, whatever we want to name this, and ultimately every relationship is connected to those templates or new relationship templates. We can, try and put this into many words and trying to objectify it, but ultimately, yes, it comes back down to divine love. But divine love also means tough love sometimes, as well as rainbows and butterflies and soft love. That is Omni love. That is the love of the creator, which can see things for how they are through the eyes of God, through love, but also does not, where we need to speak up in truth when there's something wrong in our environment. And we can do that now from a place of love and putting up healthy boundaries, or, speaking our truth from our open, healed heart, which makes us invincible. We're no longer angry, and we're no longer fighting anything, and we're not running away from anything, because that's what keeps the energies alive, these realities. So if we look at any 3D nonsense that might be still like there as an afterthought, literally right now, okay, it's like a illusion, a fata morgana, so to say. We fully dissolve this now as we stand in true divine love, which is our true authentic self, speaking from our heart, with no fear whatsoever, but we're also no longer in this fight, flight, or freeze zone where our, which has really come from post-traumatic stress disorder from this lifetime and many other lifetimes. I call it spiritual PTSD. Because especially as you had so many, energetic attacks, especially as starseeds, that's just kind of part of the parcel, because we hold the blueprints in our fields. So our, soul matrix, our blueprint, if that gets attacked, obviously that's of benefit to the opposing forces, so to say. Because it's literally all about splintering the soul harvesting, but basically it means that they are using that energy, that negative energy, also called rouge, or used to power up their fallen timelines, which basically means artificially manipulated timelines, which is through mass hypnosis mainly, as we all know, comes in many forms. So, done. We're done with this. It's done. It's ancient history. Let's get this into our little minds. And we made it. Definitely. I hope you can all feel the massive shift today. And I know this is very like all these source frequencies coming in, and these plasma rays and diamond rainbow rays. It's very intense. So again, everybody reacts differently to this, and every moment, every day is different. And we're making quantum leaps and jumps all the time right now. I hope you can feel this. Because as our consciousness shifts in the way we perceive things, our reality shifts in turn. It's all about shifting perception, shifting to a higher consciousness. And when we see through the eyes of God, we project heavenly realities. This is what all of this is about. And our nervous system has been nicely healing, which is the PTSD gone, because it's connected to our field and the morphogenetic field of Earth, which is a tribal shield. And that's all healing as the macabre is being corrected. And everything can heal, and all the crap spins off, literally, and is being dissolved into fairy dust. So we're going to have fun now with this, because I'm noticing when I'm doing the clearing now, any remaining dustings, it's light fun now, instead of like having to clear like this, in a sense, with a lot of energy. It's more like having fun with this, and it's much easier to remove the remaining denser energies, because we're literally glowing like a diamond, like the diamonds that we are, and that's what we're activating right now, okay? Right now, there's only now. Merge, unify with your already ascended diamond avatar self, because there is no time, and you already are that. So quantum merging, jumping, leaping in every now moment in no time with those realities, that version of you that you want to see and be. That's why we are the change we want to see in the world, and we are literally shifting the realities as we shift the way we perceive them. That's the quantum observer effect. And right now, that's a really big, big, big piece. So that's why I was really excited. Like, I was very tired, actually. But I'm getting there now. I have a bit of coffee. It's like coffee mixed with matcha. No, not matcha. Macchiato. Anyway. Interesting combination. So, So as we shift the way we perceive things, our reality shift in return. And that is very much true for what we're seeing now is happening for the collective. Because I know a lot of this has been about what's going to happen to them, and as if they're hindering our ascension. And on some levels, it's true, but it's really not, because we're all one. So everything is an energetic dance, and especially between the twin flames, whose main purpose is polarity integration, which is what the old bi-wave in the fields, the old, gender divide, gender wars, and all the split in consciousness, the bipolar energies in the consciousness have been about. So they are being cleared through the Trinity codes and waves and the Holy Grail codes that we're running as we are now running the corrected Merkaba, which heals your whole morphogenetic field and your Merkaba vehicle and that of the planet, and then the tribal shield. So basically, this is what gives you then, so to say, spiritual immunity. So your field needs to fully heal. And the way there is, because again, everybody is at slightly different points in the journey, but what I'm sharing is this is what's available and happening now in the field. Okay, in the forerunners, it's like we're all forerunners here, okay, but they're like just a set of people who are just getting these codes and activations first, and then they go out, and then they go out, and then they go out. It's like waves and of energies that we're kind of preparing, and it's no fun to be that anyway, because you're dealing with a lot of energies and integration and trying to figure out, okay, how are we best navigating through this, which is what I'm trying to share. So also at this point, if this does help you at all, the details are in the description box if you want to make a donation, because everything I have been sharing and still am sharing is based on that. People can also support me back with a donation if this does help them, because I'm not selling as such anything else. And that's my only income. So thank you so much for anyone who does and has supported me in any way. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that stuff. Thank you so much. And thank you for holding the vision and bearing it through this point now. But yeah, I would also like to hear what you're feeling. So with the union happening, what you really need to do is, well, there's nothing so much to do rather than being, okay? It's all about frequency. So everything is a frequency, a dance in frequency. So whenever you come into contact with anyone, okay, especially if you share a physical field, your energies will intermingle, your energy fields, and you kind of adjust. So kind of the higher and the dominant frequency is more like the clearer frequency. So the one who is more sure of themselves. So far, the narcissistic psychopaths have been really sure of themselves, but no longer, because they are literally in panic mode. Because we're at a stage of the game where they know they have lost and it's game over. Like they're realizing. And we can see this in our own environment, where the people who've been in cognitive dissonance or have narcissistic, personality traits and so forth, or, I think I mentioned cognitive dissonance, but you get me, who are seeing, it's like blindfolds are off, hallelujah, because the truth only hurts the ego, because the soul doesn't care, okay? The soul is not in blame, shame, guilt, because that's the thing you need to see about narcissistic personality types. It's so much shame and guilt, no sense of self, and it makes it very hard for them to want to look. That's why they're so sometimes, strong narcissistic person will be very immune almost to, therapy, because they don't want to engage. They don't want to see that they're wrong, or, they always blame other people. So there's a lot of gaslighting and all of that. And a lot of us starseeds have been, we all have these traits, okay? Let's be very clear here. But a lot of us starseeds had to deal with a lot of that kind of narcissistic abuse and attacks. And, it's literally what we can see, the victim-victimizer programming, the polarity playing out at all levels and layers of the consciousness, of the realities, and at the old controllers, the fallen cabal, that have so far been steering the timelines through their black magic and mind control programming and so forth. So that's all done now. All right. All this is fully collapsed. They've got nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing left. Nothing left for them. Absolutely nothing. But surrender, or, surrender and rehabilitate, or return back to source. Thank you very much for your service. Truly, because we need to see these beings, fallen angelics, are our shadow aspects. So that's kind of the distortion within a shadow body we've been seeing, okay? This is the dark matter body. It's like everything has been inverted, all right? And ultimately, it's us merging shadow and light. It's not just the light. You need to merge it all. It's the same with tough love and soft love. You merge it all within the 0 point field, the masculine and the feminine. We're merging all of the polarities within the 0 point field. Okay, and that's the divine union within. Once you have totally neutralized all charge against something you're opposing, your polarity. So that plays out within the twin flame dynamic a lot, where the opposites meet, although they are resolving the same things, just from opposite ends of the scale, so to say. And so they share a lot of the same woundings. They share, it's like they just deal with it. For example, the abandonment wound, one will run away, the other one will kind of, will be like, why? Run and chase or push, pull, all of that. And that's fully dissolved now. So a lot of twin flames, so the shift in a twin flame field or divine counterparts, which is also the unity field, is that, for example, last week, the feminines were at the point where we've been holding a lot of space for the masculine for a long time. And again, this is our own inner masculine. We're talking about energies here, all right? And there's only one of us here. But they've been holding a lot of space. We also need to address the levels of where it happens. Can't just wash over them. Of a lot of the feminines having held space and being patient and understanding and compassionate, and the masculine is not pulling through. And it's not standing fully in its truth and speaking up and making amends and maybe apologizing. And the feminine is done with this, and she is not waiting anymore. And simultaneously, it's like, okay, it's done because they already won. So it's just a question of how and when it's going to happen. So because at higher level, the divine unions have already happened. Okay, I can't remember when. I think sometime last month. Would need to go through the notes. But basically, because it's part of the unity field also, and their fields have been adjusting. And what I see is that the divine feminine masculine have, like, for the divine counterparts, okay, they have their own field within the Holy Trinity. So the Trinity within their whole, own field. And then they also have a joint field. But this also, there have been 2 resets within the field in general, because whenever they shift, the whole collective unity field shifts, because they're just holding these keys and codes for the new earth, new ascension earth, and the unity field, and our new Eden within their blueprints and templates. So whenever they shift, the field shifts. And we are all part of this, okay? We're all part of this. So, because relationship templates is what everything comes down to. How we relate to one another is how we ultimately relate to ourselves. So you can't have a healthy relationship with anyone if you don't have a healthy relationship with yourselves. So a lot of the times the twin flames will only come together in the physical if they're really fully healed, like as in they feel whole and complete, because they no longer then, cause any more suffering and trauma whilst they go through their process. But there will be plenty of other people who do this for us. And ultimately, we still do it because we're energetically connected. And especially as they have merged as one. So in your own field, and then if you're connected to another person, with them, because you're also been healing each other's field, because you're from the same soul matrix, and you're kind of helping adjust the field. So the same whenever you come into contact with another person, as I was starting to say, especially in the physical, that there is an adjustment of the field, of your energy signature. And, you kind of help heal each other's field, because you're everybody's an aspect of you. Everybody's an extension of the one. Okay, so we're now at a place where we're like fully sovereign. So what happened between the twin flame? It's like we're now fully sovereign within our own field, but also in union with one another and all of life everywhere. Because the divine union is with source. And when you're in divine union with source, you're in divine union with everything. And there's no more separation, which is the unity field. Because the fear matrix is literally the separation playing out. The organic matrix is all based on unity. But where we have been is that obviously through the fragmentation, and especially the masculine and feminine bodies being split, it's kind of they needed to go through this whole process, also the soul matrix, in order to kind of expand in adjusting, in healing itself. So that you don't necessarily need the other person to ascend, but you're also doing it at the same time, because as you are healing, they're healing. And you're constantly influencing each other. And that's what's happening in the whole field all the time. So we are all connected as the, indigos or star seeds. That's also connected to the 12 original tribes or Grail queens and kings, which are basically the original master races of the different galactic races that have seeded us. And we're holding the codes for the whole morphogenetic field, which holds the blueprint for our embodiment for us. And as we heal, the soul groups, the ancestral lines we are connected to, the soul lineages, the whole field heals. That's why we're doing. And basically everybody's just showing us what we still need to heal. And we're constantly saying like, but they're still not doing this and that. But actually it's like whenever you want to say anything to anyone, you need to take that advice and integrate it deeper. That's you being a change. Because you're literally projecting. Because in the end, fully everything integrated and complete, you probably have nothing left to say. Or what you also do is you shift your perception of the people around you, because now that you're whole and complete, you no longer are projecting your missing pieces onto other people and your environment, because they're all like, it's everything, your reality is projected out from within. It's an inside out creation. It's not our reality informing us, although it does that. They will program us, which is us, if we allow them to. But no longer, because now we're writing the script and now we're playing our own mind movies. We're using the power of our imagination and the keys and codes we carry in order to ignite New Earth fully. And the twin flames, again, are playing a huge role in this. Again, as they're doing the polarity integration, integrating all these polarities, masculine and feminine. It's 111. Yeah. I was just seeing, and then I'm seeing that one. Anyway, so they're doing a lot of the polarity integration. That's what a lot of the ascension is about. It's you integrating all your missing pieces. And everybody who triggers you and you judge is helping you do that. So it's all about taking those triggers and judgments and seeing where am I still doing this, where I can integrate this more. As you shift and changes within yourself, your environment shifts. That's where your power lies. So as you see people differently, and we all have these conversations going, well, those of us, who have been activated do have inner dialogue and conversations. Apparently not most of the collective. But again, because not everything is real and they're not all soul embodied, as I see. So anyway, but we are actually then informing those. Okay, we are informing the collective with the thought forms and belief systems coming from source now. Okay, we're seeing through the eye of God, and we are the broadcasting stations of the new cosmic consciousness. And the law frequency is dissolving all of the remaining synthetic overlays now. And it's revealing any moment now, New Earth. All right. And it's already happening, because we can already see more and more rainbows, sun, reflections and photos, and, people seeing the artificial firmament. So everything is coming together, and it will be very much like everything, almost like everything all at once, so everything after another. So I feel like this is from now till the solstice is going to be massive shifts and changes for us who've done the work for the better. Those who haven't been facing their crap will be facing their crap. So this is like, let's see what we have created here collectively and then individually, because yes, we are all one, but they're also obviously people. The ticket to New Earth is self-responsibility. There's no way around it. And the people who don't make it, so to say, or maybe people around us who don't want to do the work, are totally stuck in the old ways, just know they will get healing if they do not, transition in their body now to new earth. They will get healing afterwards, okay, before they come back in a new body, so to say. So nothing is lost. Everything is being transformed. Only the bad guys and girls are being fully removed, okay, that do not choose the law of one and rehabilitation. All right. And a lot of this is literally, it's us. We have projected all of the shit, all of this, all the monsters, all the entities, all of our unacknowledged shit. Because as long as we just feel all of our crap when it arises, no entities will be, because no entities will be created ever again. Because it's the unacknowledged, it's the suppressed shadow of the collective that has created all the monsters that are ultimately negative, fear-based thought forms and beliefs that have taken on a life of their own, as I see it. Okay, take what resonates and leave the rest. But none of this is separate from you. And you become invincible as you dissolve into the nothingness and the oneness that is source, that is you. And you let go of all the stories, all the narratives, all of it. You just let it go. And obviously you need to feel it in order to heal it. That's the main thing, okay? You cannot get around this. You cannot not heal anything that hasn't been acknowledged, that isn't felt. Okay, and it can be very quick now and easy because the forerunners have done a lot of the work. And yes, we always, whenever we clear anything for us, we clear it also for the collective. So it's never just for them. It's not just us. It's ours. Ours. All one, okay? But it doesn't mean that we now keep carrying the crap of other people. All right, but we also are tuned in. So we always will be affecting all with everything we do. That's the quantum entanglement. Okay, we are all one, but we're also individuals. So that's what we've been integrating. And the separation that the twin flame has been through, from being in one body, being split into two bodies, so to say, because we were androgynous before. Okay, and some races are, to now be in two bodies, sovereignly so. So you're no longer dependent on one another, and you're no longer constantly, and that's happening in the field as well. So we're no longer connected through these cords and constantly, like affecting, like we're still affecting one another, and we are totally merged as one, as well as have separated now our own individual sovereign self, if that makes sense. And it's like kind of, you can connect and then you can disconnect. So you're not constantly, fully tuned in and all to the mayhem. As long as you have your field, we are holding the higher frequency of the field. Because whenever we come into contact with anyone, okay, it's like the strength, the purity of the frequency that wins kind of the, the energetic alignment that happens as you come together with other people, especially in the physical. But as our bodies expand, and for example, when I work with the planetary field, you're plugged into everything. So depending on how far we even stretch our auric field, our energy field, you get me? It then, obviously has different effects. But it will be, it's much easier now. So we feel more sovereign, and we're no longer having these entangled webs and cords and hooks that are constantly draining on our energy fields. Okay, and again, everybody's is a slightly different point. So you need to literally have in your life also then boundaries and speak your truth and, have this all working in your reality. It doesn't come from nothing. But it's ultimately going out in the field, okay, and everybody's going to pick up on this who is coming along, so to say, yeah, at one point or another. And as, yes, the ultimate event happens where the full shift takes place, I don't even know what I want to say. Everything shifts, basically. Okay, and the cleanup is complete then. And it's already happening. It's completed again at a higher level, and it's trickling down, and all is being merged as one. All the universes, realities, timelines, our multidimensional selves, all the worlds, one organic creatrix field, very much interactive playing field that is very similar to seventh dimensional frequency bandwidth. But we have all 13 dimensional or up to 15 frequency bands running in that field. And those that hold a new triple diamond sun body template which is 72 strands of triple helix DNA, which I see is 27 people at the moment. They are holding this template, and they, in divine union with one another, have 144 frequency bandwidths running fully, which is then enabling the God world frequencies to run within the field and holding this. Because all is literally one. There's no more division between heaven and earth. That's what we're merging with. Because the masculine and feminine are merging heaven and earth, matter, antimatter, particle, antiparticle. And perfect harmony and balance ensues across the universe and cosmos. And pure true divine love is what makes it happen. And again, that also means boundaries, discernment, having standards, not taking any crap. But we do this without having to be defensive or fighting anything or being in fear, as I said. Now, what else did I want to say about twin flames? Now, I have plenty of notes, but I will probably not go through them all, although I kind of wanted to. AI is glitching a lot. Oh, mind wipe. I'm actually surprised I can string it together today, because whenever I try to make notes, it's like they just keep disappearing in my mind. I'm about to make a note and it's like gone. Poof. And this has a lot to do with the reptilian mind, the Nephilim, DNA, and all of that stuff clearing fully. And then you just, basically it's, you within the Buddhic mind, where it's just consciousness flowing through and out of you, radiating through you, instead of you trying to figure out something with your false matrix monkey mind, which is obsolete now, which is the reptilian mind in a way. So we still obviously use logical mind and everything, but it's more a receiver and transmitter than a little hardware computer in there. All right. And because it's kind of, we are feeling first and then kind of coming into coherence through the thought in a way, because it's our heart again that's at the center, that's also connecting our higher and lower body. And again, that's very much connected to this fourth, the astral field clearing fully, and obviously the divine love, because it's also where the split between the masculine, between the emotional and mental body has happened. Also connected to the split in time or wall in time, and it's all healing, which is basically the split in dimensional layers and levels. So there will be no more split. So we're literally anchoring heaven on earth, the God worlds, through divine love. And as we shift and no longer play the victim, okay, and no longer go for the gaslighting, we can stand in our truth without fighting anything, the narcissistic template fully dissolves, because we are dissolving the codependent template. Okay, so the victim and the victimizer are no longer, once you clear the victim energy, there is nobody to play with. So that's how you dissolve the game. And we do this with all of our interactions. So we are also sometimes, the victimizer. So again, this is not just, you're not just ever one thing. But some of us just have, certain energies more than others. So it's also a lot about the flow state. And the mind wipe is happening. So all these false belief systems and thought forms that have held us in a compartmentalized, bipolar state of mind, they're fully being dissolved and overridden with cosmic consciousness. As this happens, you will have contrasting thought forms running through you at times, and that's you merging your multidimensional self, because at every stage you have different beliefs and thought forms. It's the same on your human and ascension journey. What you thought was true once, changes over time, and it keeps changing and changing and changing as you go up in consciousness and integrate the higher and higher levels of consciousness. All right. And that's where you need to embrace the paradox where both things are true. It's like with the twin flames. It's like, yes, we are already in union, divine together, and the feminine is also, okay, we're over this. So there also obviously needs to be, decision points now. It's both end. That's the whole thing. It's both end. But as you shift and there's no more push-pull, then, the whole thing just dissolves, and there is no more of the clash and war between the sexes and the imbalances and the genders and these energies, because they have unified as one. So that's going out now to all. That's divine union for everyone. Happy days. What did I want to? I wanted to check on my, also, what's important is this is about omni love. This is about loving without objectifying, even. Okay. You don't need anyone to do anything. You just love for the sake of being. And you are being that love. And as we radiate that frequency of that true divine love, okay, not fake love, not pretending, true divine love, which means, again, many things, tough love and gentle love, unified with an omni love, the false matrix fully dissolves, okay? And that's the love magic, literally, that heals and clears the false matrix, because it was based on fear. We fell in fear. And now we're rising in love, and that's what dissolves all the stuff. So any moment now, I'm looking forward to new earth skies. That's that. And imagine this in the physical, okay? Also in our bodies. So be fully present right now in your body. Really look after your body, okay? Stretch, nature, get a massage, eat or, drink good things. All, one moment to the next changes, but generally just nurture yourself, because it's your body who's literally, holding the blueprint for new earth. So you kind of want to water it like your Garden of Eden that it is. And I feel as so much is shifting, we're naturally shifting into wanting to do these things, because as your consciousness shifts, it just, shifts you along with it. So again, what you've been one moment is no longer true the next. And doing this from one moment to the next is so important. Knowing that wherever you are is always the right thing. It's always, where you need to be to resolve whatever needs to be, even if you don't want to be there, in order to get to where we want to be. And as we surrender to this full flow in no time, and not forcing or trying to control or resist anything, fight anything, or in fear of anything, everything that we want flows to us, because what we want wants us. It's all one, it's one field. But we actually, by trying to chase it, by being afraid of not having it, we're pushing it constantly away. These are the energies. It's constantly like this. So if you stop the push-pull, the 0 point happens, and everything can flow to you. That's you in divine union, and that's you whole and complete, where you're not missing anything. There's no more that you need from the outside to feel whole and complete. But it's obviously nice to have the things we enjoy, because, we're not just here to keep doing this all on our own. And, there's just so much fun or joy and love you can feel. And obviously, together that gets amplified, all of our creations. Okay, that's emotional fulfillment. And it's about unity. It's not about us now all being in our own little, dens anymore. It's time to come out of the den. It's time to come out of the hermit mode. We have integrated all of the higher energies, and now we anchor this into the field and activate it in one another. That's what I'm seeing, at least. And it's literally, it's transcending all separation and polarities within. And that's your whole and complete. And everybody's helping you do this. So, and as we start to see people differently, they shift. So try to have the conversations in your head in that dialogue, and try to change it. Try to change how I could maybe react. I also left a couple of videos below that help you to maybe tune into that. I can't remember now. What's the name of the guy? Neville, Godwill, something. Can't remember. I'm bad with names. But basically a couple of links beneath, just talking about the whole, that we can shift, because also in one of the videos he was explaining how there was a therapist, and he literally healed people by just kind of getting a letter or an overview of their conditions. He never had a session with them, and he healed them by addressing those imbalances within himself. That's where we're at, okay? That's how Joshua healed as well. Said this many times before. As we shift away, as you can see people's original innocence, they change. But especially, I'm noticing as I'm tuning into this, especially with people around you, depending on where they're at, the conversations you have in your head and you're trying to shift them, you might need a few conversations and a few shifts and changes, to shift it from, one extreme to another, depending on what you're dealing with. But it's not that we're trying to control, but it's like, I was dealing with this of like, okay, I'm done. And I think we all can feel that. It's like, obviously if people don't want to heal, they don't want to heal. We can't force them, all right? But it's like, they don't believe they can heal. They have no connection to source. You need to understand why even. They just cannot perceive that possibility. It's the same for the fallen consciousness. They cannot perceive that because the consciousness cannot, it's the same when somebody can't hear you because they're not in the same frequency. So the consciousness cannot perceive that possibility on a level. So when we understand this, maybe we can see that next time we talk to them or have the conversation in our mind, that they maybe can see that healing is possible, that change is possible, that they are worthy and have a purpose in life, and so forth. And we can project this on the whole collective of, yes, they need to do the work, but maybe we can project, now, they're getting it because that's what's happening. But if we are getting it because we have not been getting it, that they have not been getting it. Do you get it? Because it's all inside out, because we've been projecting all of this, okay? It's all a projection. As we change the way we see things, the things we look at change. It really is true, okay? And we can use this because the thing is, the opponents have used all of this knowledge of the occult or also, manifestation whatsoever in order to manifest these shitty realities. So now we take those things that serve and work and use it for our own advantage, because we need to rise up here fully now and take full command of these realities, because it's like they're gone, they're fallen, okay? We're just dusting them off the field now. And the truth is here, blindfolds are off, and we now need to fully rise and step in, because it's like a space of being created, and we need to step fully in to be those leaders, to speak our truth, to share our gifts and abilities for people to see. If we don't believe we can fly and teleport and whatever, nobody's going to do this for us. I'm telling you again, nobody's going to do this for us. So tune into your inner technology. It's connected to the technology of the planetary body, the crystalline technology, and turn it on. We push the start button now. Okay, we're ready to fly and the planet. And you tuning in naturally, that would be my tip in meditation, like a lot of silence and meditation, however, maybe going for walks in nature, whatever it is, to be able to receive higher guidance and the information streaming in and the downloads and the clarity and your gifts and abilities igniting from within, but you need to have make space to receive them. Yeah, if you're constantly busy, you will not be able to. And there's so much unlocking right now. And it's literally our inner technologies that are igniting the outer technologies and vice versa, are all igniting now. We have a lot of solar activity as well. And yeah, shebang. So it's all assisting us to keep igniting this. Our multidimensional DNA now. It's happening now. So no more time. Now. Keep merging with your already ascended self, which has always been ascended, as you're waking up from the dream. So I think I said most of this. Has anyone got any questions? Have a look here. Hi, Patricia. Victoria. Eileen. Yeah, and it might be, but now it's all coming in. I'm telling you, this is going to be fun now. I can feel it. It's all coming in. And detachment to the desire is absolutely key. So it's not wrong to have desires or wanting anything. It's, when you're connected to source, the source streaming through you. It's just our attachments to that we expect anything. And where we want to be and where the twin flames are, what's happening is that there's no more, can happen or not happen. It doesn't really, we know what we want, but it's not going to be the end of the world if it doesn't happen. And that's a 0 point field where then everything can flow to you, because you're no longer fearing that, the continuous separation and interference continues to happen, because you're done with this now. Okay? Done. Puffity puff, puff, puff. I can feel it all. Seriously, it's all coming. It's just zero doubt. Zilch, zero doubt left. I think I don't even have anything left to say. But use your gifts, use your abilities, use your wisdom, share it, please. Okay, this is what all of this is about. This is how more comes online as well. And that's what ignites new life. It doesn't just happen for us, okay? We are here to do this as we believe in ourselves. Because if we believe, and if we believe together, that's how it all manifests. And it's literally, it's again, it blueprints are held in our DNA. That's your film strip. Free. And that's how you ignite it. And it's happening right now. So don't wait for anything. Get busy. We can all feel loads of big change. Just be like kind of the kid at Christmas, excited that good things are happening, but you're not like, holding on to any specific expectations. For me, it's just been letting go of any specifics whatsoever. I just know really good stuff is going to happen, but I have literally no idea of the specifics as such. Although we have had obviously visions and dreams and so forth. It's already created. And I believe more and more of that will now come online and being remembered, because it's like we're remembering an ancient future and our future self, because past, present, and future, all of our multidimensional selves are merging as one in this present now moment. That's how all of the realms and realities are merging as one in dimensions and timelines. And there's no more separation. And that's ultimately how it always was, but it's also something totally new. So just try to keep shifting the way you perceive your reality and keep merging with the reality, mostly with your feeling of what you want to create. Because again, it's calling you as well. What you want wants you. Who you love loves you too. Okay? As you are in that state of mind, everything flows to you because you're no longer at fear or trying to control or push away energetically that which you want. So let's tune into the new Lemuria, because I'm ready. Who is ready for heaven on earth now? And when we let go, the magic happens. And everything that we want can just flow to us because it wants us too, because it is us. It's all an extension of us. Okay, that's us fully having transcended any separation left within us. And it's happening at a very deep cellular level. So we're really going down to cellular, like I'm working with the original cell from the oneness, where everything is just reduced to your original cell, where everything was created from, and heal and clear everything from there. And that's helping us at a cellular level, but also just the whole blueprint is in that, because it's micro, macro. And you kind of go right back to the start, inception point. So let's do a little activation. Remember, everything is energy. Okay, frequency and vibrations, everything is energetic. That's why this whole push-pull of anything we want, it's when we're in lack, when we don't believe we can have something, we are not worthy of it. And a lot of these programs run in the subconscious until we have resolved them, which is what happened. And it's happening now, where there's no more fear left, doubt, poverty consciousness, all of this has been deleted. All of these limiting thought forms and beliefs. And that's when then, and also part of our healing our field, where everything is part of us then. We're not lacking anything anymore because it is us. And it's this realization which brings everything to us, because everything is an extension of us. And the universe literally conspires in our favor as we align with our true self. I've always been supported over the last few years because I was just speaking from the heart and just whatever was guided to, literally surrendering to source of how can I serve. And I was always carried. Wasn't easy. Of course, it was not easy for any of us, but this is how we kind of proved ourselves. It's also building up a lot of good karma and just, it has kept me sane, and it's just, we are just who we are, isn't it? So, we all just do our own way, and all and everything is this again, us just working in our relationships, working on ourselves. That's what it really is. You healing your template and now standing in your full power and being the change you want to see out there, all the other people, to be that example, to be the new Christ embodied, and to show everybody what that looks like. And it looks slightly different for everyone. And you being your authentic self inspires and enables other people to be their authentic self. Because we haven't seen this for, I don't know, aeons, what that looks like. Yes, surrender to source, surrender to all your stories. It's just trying to beat you up until you surrender, okay? And there are many, many rounds of surrender, many breakdowns. The breakdowns give you the breakthroughs. Ultimately, once you surrender and just dissolve into the nothingness and everything, invincibility. Because you're one with source. When you're at one with source, nothing lies outside of you. And you understand everything has been imagined by you ultimately. And that's where you can dissolve it all. When you stop running the stories, but you need to first embrace them, give them a big hug, like your victim or victimizer within, understand it, have a good conversation, give it a big hug, and we obviously have many of them along the way. But you know what I mean? You have to keep loving it all up, but you need to look at it. You need to go into your fears. You need to go into the things you don't want to look at. Okay? And it's the fear of it is worse than actually looking at it. And it's this whole, like, cognitive dissonance. It's literally people just cannot look at it because it's horror for them. They cannot, because it's the programming of the guilt and the shame which prevents them from it. Your ego is the problem. When you're at one with source, you don't care because none of this is personal and you're just doing stuff. Like, I can only do what I do if I'm not in my ego generally. Because, otherwise you're just constantly crying. So to say. Because you understand it's not about you. If other people get triggered by you, it's not about you. It's just you shining your light. And now we get to this point where we no longer feel angry or defensive when that happens. And we can shine our light and our love, as well as saying, this is bullshit. Stop it right now. Okay? But when we can get to the place of the fun and laughing at it, while it's still serious, okay? But it's also, once we can get past all of the judgment and the blame and the shame and the guilt, we can actually laugh at it because it's just our ego who is, again, in pain and suffering here. All right, so transcend it, but integrate it, go into the fear, go into the feelings, okay, and just don't take it personally. It's we, us, just dissolving and coming. It's the one consciousness coming to reconciliation. And the one logos, the oversoul, healing itself. Healing the fragmentation. And we all have access and are at one with that consciousness. And we heal it as we bring all of these pieces back and love them up and alchemize them from a place of neutrality, not judging it. Because what we're judging in others, we're actually judging in ourselves. And as we stop that, it's all good. All good. All right. So see a bit of yourself in everyone. Whilst you also, again, keep speaking your truth, because we do need to have these difficult conversations, okay? Because we're no longer afraid of being rejected or abandoned by us speaking our truth. That's a key thing. Because also us not speaking our truth causes suppression. You're suppressing your truth. Now, let's do a little activation. Just going to record it separately. Why am I opening? Sorry. Just doing something wrong here. Give me a moment. Anyone have any questions? Just keep letting it go. Trust the divine plan. Trust it's done. As long as you keep remembering it's done, it's all good. But you also keep needing to make it happen. And just, it's very self-explanatory now. Just keep emptying your mind. The only way, another thing I wanted to say actually is, when people ask, how do I know what I know? It's not just that we have these gifts. It's also, how can you even tune into the highest truth? Is by you emptying yourself of all you think you do know. Like, I can be empty of, I have certain concepts, of course, but I'm always questioning them. I'm always happy to expand. I'm not stuck to any belief system. And as I can empty myself, I can then receive the highest guidance connected to source, and the highest truth I can have access to, because you need to align with that frequency bandwidth to even access that information. But just by putting my ego aside, instead of me trying to, you know what I mean? Because the interferences on that level of guidance really only just happen if we are not, if we're still kind of in ego and are giving our power away. Ultimately, entity attachments and all of that stuff is very much connected also to giving our power away. And it happens also obviously at channeling type level. Okay, anyone who's tuned in and is a guide and a teacher and so forth. So for me, it's always been connecting to source straight. Okay, no in between, no middleman, even at, guardian or ascended master level, whatever, angelics, ETs, and just tuning into source and obviously my, integrating my multidimensional self. I'm not really interested in being the mouthpiece for any other entity or being. So that's what, for me, this is a lot about, and what I'm here also to remind everybody has access to, because that's you merging with God source consciousness. That's you being your highest authority. That's you always knowing what you need to do in any now moment, where you're no longer seeking outside for guidance of what should I do now, what's going on, that kind of thing. Because as or if and when AI goes off, 144, you need to be tuned into the telepathic new unity grid, the emerald and cosmic diamond grid, the new telepathic communication network. It's already up and running. Telepathic communication is very strong, and you just need to know, you will know what you need to know in every now moment, as long as you trust the journey and keep tuning into your higher guidance and navigational system at one with source. Tune into source, okay? And you will know what you need to know, whatever happens. So, no more notes, a little activation. Take your headset if you like. And just take a couple of breaths and center ourselves, focusing on our heart space, beautiful crystalline center, seeing a beautiful lotus flower, crystalline, blue, white, diamond, lotus flower. As we take a couple of breaths, we fully let go of any tension and any stress held in our body. Fully relaxing our body, mind and soul. Fully present in the now moment. Present in your heart center. And with the next breath, we breathe into this beautiful crystalline center within your heart, the blue, white lotus flower, crystalline lotus. And hold it there for a moment. And let it build up. And with the next breath, you breathe it out into your whole energy field as a beautiful bubble of crystalline diamond rainbow light. Purifying, clearing, balancing, harmonizing, upgrading your whole morphogenetic field to the highest divine blueprint available in this now moment. Fully clearing and healing your auric field, closing any holes, any openings, any rips, any tears. Fully healing, sealing, puffing out your energy field, auric field. Uska aishta ta sekunate. Ayuna kirasata aishta. Unasara sasanata. Ke ura ena ea ka ushka ea. Manana se kara asara shekerata. Kunanate senonae keyona kekenate. Senonae esunate kekunate yanate. Su shu 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 shu. Purify, clearing, harmonizing our whole field, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies, unified as one. Clear, remove, dissolve any lower frequencies, energies, entities, sound and light fields, bands, tones, any limiting, fear-based, inverted belief systems and thought forms fully now. From the one consciousness, throughout all dimensional layers, levels, dimensional expressions of source. Now, Sugu aishtanate eskuna ayatara sasha asha 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 kuku aina kera sarata ena kena kera asarata euna shatarata ka askuna eyake esuna eyake nenuna ke tununa hey na 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 hey do ne Usukura ishana tekera isaya na tekena kuna kena sekera sasa. Purify, clear, heal, balance, harmonize, upgrade our meridians, nadis, axial tonal lines, chakra system, all of our systems, organs, our whole body upgraded to its highest multidimensional functionality and health. Activate neuroplasticity, new neural pathways within our one planetary brain. Ai nakara asara ai yena e aru anate se yena keru ye ena ke sute na yena ye kushu. Now see a beautiful ball of this crystalline diamond rainbow light in your third eye center. And with the next breath, you breathe this down your central column into the core of the earth. Until you feel it arriving in the crystalline core. Take another breath if you need to. Feel yourself connecting with the crystalline core, and from there the whole planetary network of the new diamond grid, the new ascension of holographic grid system that's connecting us throughout the dimensional layers and levels with the new organic divine creatrix field. Susha aina kera esatatata e yuna e unasai surana shakara ataraya katara ye hasunate ke keraye ke sushunata. Now with the next breath you breathe a spark of that light back up to about 30 centimeters beneath your feet, about 5 to 6 inches. Then you breathe it out into a big platform, big round platform underneath your feet. And from there you breathe this up through the stargates all the way back to source, like a big column of crystalline diamond rainbow plasma light. Connecting to the sun, central sun, great central sun, galactic center, heart of Andromeda, through the 7 higher heavens to Ascension Earth, Martina, Uskara Eshina ke aira, Humana na se ke ae, Koku una shatarasa, Keuna kekena seteata. Activating the divine template of the 144 plus 3 as 1, diamond avatar self, already ascended, 12 13-dimensional diamond grids, new ascension of grids, throughout our fields, keys and codes, fully igniting. As you connect further up to the pre-meta fields, sound and light fields in the Sophia, the cosmic womb, Sushuna shasha aishu aya. Kuka aina yaye. Kukusuna teake ayaye. Kuna ina nina si. Connecting further up to Source, the heart and mind of God, and one with all. Suna sheaye. Unaye. Quiero suna. Hita kure sina ketu ya. And with the next breath, you breathe this pure source light all the way back down through the stargates, all the way around your body, into the crystalline core and out into deep space. Breathe this light out on into your energy field. And you can make your energy field as wide as you like to, as you feel guided to. So you're fully connected to the new holographic grid system of New Ascension Earth. Activating the Q sites and the stargates, arc sites, Trinity gates, organic ascension gateways, vortices, power points, ancient sites, ancient solar temples, pyramids, crystal pyramids, crystal cathedral network, the diamond, rose and emerald heart grid, crystalline caverns and beds, diamond mines, platinum diamond grid network, the Lemurian and Atlantean grid systems, waters and aquifers, monoliths, lightening up, connecting the crystalline technologies, timelessly so. Sushunata aina kera se na kera isuna she aira. Umanena ye. Susuna era ke. Kuna e. Unina ne. Susuna ye. Una. Ketunaya ne so Now see yourself in your own bubble, as well as the planetary body surrounded by the tribal shield, our fully healed morphogenetic field. Seeing the beautiful crystalline diamond plasma light and aurora plasma waves surrounding the planet in our fields, fully healing our bodies and field blueprints. Upgrading all to the highest divine template of the 144 plus 3 S1, the perfect proton seed, turning carbon atoms to crystalline, 13 protons, 12 electrons, 13 neutrons, crystallizing our body, our bones, our blood, our fascia, and our skin, fully activating our crystal body and Christ Saphira, diamond rainbow plasma, aurora light body and Merkaba vehicles. Sunashira se na ina 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 ina. Ora ina ya ya ya. Ora shuna ya 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 ya. Ketara shanana. Ke yu kurarina ke. Karase na kera ye na kera suna ina shiro ye ra ine. Ko kerata. Ke suna shanana na 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 na. Let's see your own field as well as of the planetary body, and really cosmically the whole field, filling out with pure diamonds, crystalline white light, plasma light, the diamond white flame of purification and ascension, which sparkles with very faint crystalline diamond rainbow light, fully purifying and healing our fields, timelessly so. Purifying, clearing, harmonizing, upgrading our elemental body, the elementals and platonic solids of fire. As you see this light turning into the corrected violet flame in your energy field, purifying and clearing out your morphogenetic field and the elementals, your chakra system, and every cell. Skur aina kera esena tekera ashkana ashushushushushushu. Skuskusku aira kaka aina tekera sata. Purifying, clearing, harmonizing, upgrading the element, platonic solid of earth, crystal. See this light turning into a beautiful emerald flame, fully healing your whole morphogenetic field and chakra system, and at a deep cellular level. Sku aina tek esana shushu haya una ina ke kara uskana kerai. Turning carbon to crystalline throughout the planetary body, throughout our bodies, throughout the cosmos. Our return to crystalline consciousness. Kurai na oh na 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 ya kekeraya shutututu na ya. Purifying, clearing, harmonizing, upgrading to the highest divine blueprint, the element of and platonic solid of water. See this flame turning into a beautiful aqua blue flame in your energy field, that of the planetary body and cosmically, purifying you and all of creation across all layers, levels, dimensional expressions of source, every molecule of water throughout the dimensional levels and layers, and our realities and realms. Susushu aida na ke ya. Una na ne na ke ya she na ke ya. Ya. Kokurane kekerasa tanatara ya. Purify, clear, heal, balance, harmonize, upgrade the platonic solids, an element of air. See this beautiful flame changing into the white flame, diamond white flame again, clearing the mental body, unified as one with the emotional body. Su unatea kea e, unananeane, ukura ai, asharara, kekenaya kea kea se nataraya. Ku he ta kara sukunayake. Purifying every particle of air across the dimensional layers and levels and realities. Every particle of food and all that is. Kukunasea kea shikina tarasa. Purify, clear, heal, balance, harmonize, upgrade the platonic solid and elemental of ether. See this flame as a deep violet, deep purple. Clearing the astral layers and levels. Our etheric fields across all the dimensional layers and levels and realities across all time and space. So it is done. Suka ai na yo 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 shushu na te ake ai. Kuna se ate ai ai. Suna ye na ai. Oh na oh ye ate. Suna ye ai. Ke ake ake ake. Kuna na se ate ate. See you in the planetary and cosmic field once again, surrounded by and filled with pure crystalline diamond white rainbow light, removing any remaining interference patterns, lower frequencies, energies, entities, vibrations, sound and light fields now, timelessly so, any lower consciousness, any and all distortions. Asuna kera kena keke ash kush 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 kush. As the new ignites, our new ascension earth, our new Eden, our new paradise from deep within, activating the divine union codes, the bliss codes, the unity codes, freedom codes, abundance codes from deep within us. Ushuna tera sea kea kea ra, sujana ya 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 ya. Mananea kea tea ye, sukarayena kea ya. Suaya ya 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 yena kea ye. Shuku ayena. Aye aye. Oh yeah. Fully clearing our fields, fully healed, fully merged for our already ascended diamond avatar self, activating our highest blueprints, DNA, RNA, quantum codes, cosmic quantum tree of life. Sushunatea serayana kekenaya keake. Unaya se. Our diamond hearts and minds unified as one. Balancing, harmonizing, merging as one, our right and left brain hemispheres, pineal and pituitary gland, heart and mind, masculine and feminine, higher and lower self, heaven and earth, matter and antimatter. As we return to the start, back to the beginning, as we unify as one, Sunayena kera sushunateaye, bring full reconciliation to the one mind, to one consciousness. Returning to our original innocence. Nayana kekare nakaraya kerase nanateake koto nayena ye sunanae ye ke ko. Fully igniting the new organic divine creatrix field from deep within the film strip of our DNA that then gets projected out as our new heaven on earth, as all is unified as one. Sunashe Kenayake, the Holy Trinity, Holy Grail codes within ignite, divine union within, divine union without, Sunateakeake. So it is done. Sukurashinakera ayaya. Kekeraya. Tonanase. Fully opening our hearts, connecting with one another throughout the grids, throughout the planetary body. It's the one heart mind. Fully activating the diamond, rose and emerald heart grid. New telepathic network, fully connecting us throughout the dimensional layers and levels with our soul family, galactic family, Mother, Father, God, as one. Kukuna shinake yunanana etenake sukayaya. Calling all of our soul pieces, soul fragments, soul aspect back to us, fully unified and healed as one. Our soul, oversoul, avatarishi, one pure true God source consciousness, unified as one. Kukunaye. Aye. Ta anata. Ke ala. Kukunaye na ye na sa. Oh yes. Fully correcting our Merkaba vehicle, perfect spin rate, velocity, sacred geometric patterning and blueprints, activate. Hunusuna Eshina Dekanata. Rotten staff codes throughout our and the planetary fields, fully corrected, upgraded, activated. Sushuna Kena Kena Sekena Kekena Asana Dekena Esana Eshana Ekena Esana Eto Kakakara Sashuna She Sukunatea. It is done, it is done, it is done. So it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, come fully back into your body, fully back into the here and now. Fully anchored, fully present in your body, your whole multidimensional self, fully merged, unified and healed, timelessly so, for so it is done. Now, I hope you enjoyed that. It's 2:11 or 2:12 now here. Now let that clear. That was a powerful act. Now to integrate, drink some water. Hi Neil, I hope you enjoyed it. And you can listen to it again later on, or tomorrow I will post the MP3 link as well, and I will post it on my SoundCloud, because often the quality is all right. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much. Haha, Diana, yeah, I know. Well, 4 a.m. that's like kind of my normal around that time. I can't I try, and even on the days when I go to bed early and the next day wake up early, then I still kind of don't keep that new pattern, at least not at the moment, but we'll see. And because again, also at night we get a lot of codes and downloads, and it's also often the field is clearer because there's not so much going on around you. Because people are, either sleeping or at least calming down, relaxed. So, there's always a lot of energy that flows in the evenings that keep us awake as well. So, also again, if you like to make a donation as also type of energy exchange, if my work and the activations do help you, the details are again down in the description box. Thank you so much for supporting me back. I very much appreciate that. And yeah, let's keep anchoring it. Hi, Graham. Let's keep anchoring the light. Okay, keep lighting it up. Keep seeing your field and the planetary field in all of creation, the most beautiful crystalline diamond white rainbow plasma light that's helping the whole re-encryption. The elemental body is a huge part of that because it's literally shifting, shape-shifting our meta form, so our own and that of the planetary body. Okay, so I meant to do an elemental clearing for a while, and now we did it. It seemed like the perfect timing. So keep merging it all, keep unifying your masculine, feminine, and inner child in divine right order, all as one. That's your holy Trinity. And that's divine union, that's ascension, okay? And polarity integration is part of that. So I hope that the video helped you with walking these last steps into full freedom and liberation from the fear matrix, because it's not real, okay? It's not real. It's all a legend. So let's uncreate that which we have created as one. No one to blame here as such, but just responsibility to be taken, all right? And that's how we change it all. Keep doing the work, but we have fun with it now, okay? Doesn't need to be so heavy anymore. Again, everybody's where they're at. Just embrace everything that arises in the now moment. Keep jumping, keep merging with the version of you that you want to be, and keep seeing the highest realities play out for us, okay? That's how we co-create them. That's what we came for, all right? That's what we're doing all the time. Now we just become super conscious of it, okay? So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for being the love and being the change, all right? And keep holding that vision that is going to become visible and physicalized any moment now, okay? Spread your fairy dust, merge with your dragon self, your mermaid self, your unicorn self, your leprechaun self, merge with your extraterrestrial self, your God self, your goddess self, all of that is you, all as one. That's you multidimensionally merging all realms, realities, and dimensions and timelines as one also, all right? All within you, us, me, all one, all right? Now, all right, that's it. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Good night. Good day, whatever you're doing. Thank you. Bye. So much love and blessings.